My
biggest ratings ever.
It'll do well. You always do well.
People like the truth, man.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody sees what you're saying as the truth. Please.
People like your own, even if it's your own truth, people like real. People like real.
I think that is one thing people would say about us, even people who don't like us, that we're not liars.
That's why I like you.
That's why I like you.
You've been awfully kind to me through the years, start there, but, well, of course I don't like when you're talking shit about my boy, but
I know.
That's one thing.
But, we have to,
but at least it's your truth. That's,
It's...
So many people sugarcoat this shit. You know how Hollywood works and their publicists, and I'm in crisis mode. I'm like, just give me the phone, I'll talk.
And people have to have the capacity to not see it the same way and then go on to the next subject.
Bingo.
Not obsess. And this is, I think you don't have to live with this as much as I do. I mean, that is probably my biggest beef with the left, and I do not couch my criticisms of them. And that's why I have such a hard time out here, because there's such purists out here, and they will not countenance any diversion from the one true opinion as they see it. So I am insufficiently liberal for them. I had somebody who was very woke here one day, and I said, we voted for the same person. The difference is you're why she lost. Because that's the kind of face that a lot of Americans see on that sort of authoritarianism of the left, which I know is what animates you a lot. And it's not that it's not there.
And the pendulum just swings too far and it gets stuck.
Exactly.
And it goes back the other way and it just doesn't have time to go like this.
No. Well, then, are you admitting that it's gone too far with where we are now?
No, not at all. No, I think DC needs a cleansing, and it's getting.
Yeah, but not the way they're doing it. It's very.
I think it's yet to be seen. I think it's too early.
Well, I mean, today they had to go back on firing all the people who maintain the nuclear weapons.
All right, let's start there, right? So I don't know much about that. I don't know how much you know about it, but just a little common sense would tell me that maybe, just maybe, I don't know, I'd have to make a couple phone calls, that technology has probably changed significantly since, let's say, the 80s. If they needed, 10 people to look over a bomb, they might only need 2 now. I don't know. But I think it's a reasonable thought.
It is a reasonable thought. It is a reasonable thought. And by the way, to back it up, what has come out of some of this is something that Democrats also have been complaining about for years, that when you say they must have updated, no, a lot of times they haven't.
Shit.
Like I can't, was it the FBI?
You're still using a typewriter?
Yeah, somebody was using, no, that's not an exaggeration. Somebody was still using something that was, and you'd think.
Well, they're in that cave in Pennsylvania writing stuff out like for retirement or something. Whatever that thing was, like a limestone cave in Pennsylvania or something. They're doing it like we can only do 10,000, a month, like retirement, whatever.
Like monks.
And they're like
monks.
They're like down there, like it's like, who the fuck is supposed to be watching this shit? Our politicians, right?
No. I mean, I've been on that page. I mean, I every time I criticize them for the way they're doing it, I'm careful to make the point. It needs to be done. I said at the end of last year, this country needs a colonic. I just wouldn't choose them to do it. And I think I'm right about that, because their idea of a colonic is to take a fucking jackhammer and stick it up your ass. And that's not the way I want my colonic done.
Yeah, I think a lot of politicians deserve that colonic, that jackhammer up the ass.
Yeah.
I mean, just what's coming out, it's like I don't care if it's Republicans or Democrats. I mean, for years, it's just been like the status quo. And like all this shit's just going on, and nobody thought to take a fucking peek at it with our tax dollars.
No, I mean, Clinton, you remember the 90s, I know you do.
Mm-hmm. Vaguely.
Because because I remember when the records, that's when you first blew up.
Yeah.
Clinton did very much, at least rhetorically, and also gave people the same thing Musk did, except back then it wasn't 8 months pay, it was $25,000 if you'll fucking.
I never had a huge problem with Clinton. Like,
No, I'm just saying that this is not new. And Al Gore was put in head of this department of. It was basically Doge. It was Al Gore's Doge. It was like, yes, government is wasteful and fraudulent and inefficient, and we have to do something about it.
what'd they do?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. No, I get it. So that's why this is politically feasible to people. That's why at least they're giving it a chance. They're saying, yeah, forever they've been saying that they're going to do this, and now some motherfuckers are in there who don't give a shit about who likes them or how they look, which is why people
I
like.
can relate.
I can too. It's the great irony. I had a billboard up just last week for the new season, and the catchphrase is, "He's not in it for the likes."
That's
And
good.
yeah, it is good because the irony.
The likes and the clicks and views.
Yeah, the irony that people like you when you don't care if they like you.
Well, I think it goes back to just being real. It's just being real, and I think luckily somehow I figured it out, and you must have too when we were both a lot younger. That's like, fuck, I figured it out when I was young, and I was trying to fit into the black communities I was hanging in,
Right.
crafting my trade, and like, wearing troop suits and shit, and people just basically thought I was an idiot, which I was. And then I just started being myself at a really young age, wearing my little skateboard shit and this and the other. I was a good DJ. And people just liked me more because I was myself. And I learned that very young and just took that with me.
To me, this is the big mistake that white people make about black people, because usually the super lefties who are way more liberal in polling shows this than the average black person.
Yeah.
Black person is way to the.
Just saw that in the election. I mean, Trump got more of the black vote. Than,
Yeah,
I
he
was
still
actually
didn't-
talking
yeah.
to him about it.
Yeah, he still
before he
got.
did the inauguration speech.
Yeah.
I was like, sir, don't forget, like, and it was actually kind of funny that that you got the biggest black vote in the history of conservative party, like this, that, and the other. Make sure you touch on that. I was talking to some of my black friends about it, and this, that, and the other, and he did. He touched on it, and you know that excites me.
He still
But
got.
it's you don't.
Yeah, he got more than any Republican since Nixon. More than his first time. He still got creamed.
Of course, the population grows, so there's more voters.
Yeah. Well, no, but we're talking about percentages.
Yeah.
He did better. He still got creamed in the black vote. Let's not pretend he didn't. But okay, but the thing I was going to say is that the far lefty woke types, I don't think they really actually have any black friends, probably.
They don't. I see this in the fucking music business all the time.
Really?
These motherfucking lefties, and they're like, think they're gonna be this big black savior, and it's like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you just don't fucking understand.
Because I think if they actually knew black people, what they would understand is, they think in their social justice warrior head.
They know a black musician who plays in a band.
They know of a
who's
black
this,
musician.
that, and the other. They don't know the streets. They don't know, fucking.
No.
I'm not going to say real black people, this, that, and the other, but
No, in their social justice warrior head, the most important thing they think to black people is that we're allies. And I think black people, I'm just extrapolating from the black people I talk to and I know. They're a lot more cynical about it. They're like, oh, please, we don't trust any white people fully. And who can blame them? So just because you're a liberal Democrat doesn't mean we think you.
I've never heard any of my black friends. I don't trust white people. Now, they might drive into a certain community and be like, oh, I'm fucking around here because they're going to fucking lynch my ass. You know what I mean? Shit like that, like when they're driving in a nice
I'm just
neighborhood
saying they don't have this great belief that the liberals are so much better or really care more. And it's like, look at cities, like they're run by Democrats, but they don't seem to actually help with the problems that blacks are having in cities.
No.
I mean, sometimes they do, and certainly they try. Their heart's in the right place, but for their programs very often seem to get in the way of themselves. What I was going to say is no, I think what my friends, at least, what they care most about is who keeps it real, not who's your ally. Who keeps it real? That, to me, is the currency. So even if they don't agree with you, they respect that. And
I find that every day. People that approach me and say whatever to me, if I'm out and about in public, which I always am. Find it all the time.
What do they say to you?
You should, black people?
Any people. But yeah, what do black people say to
Say
you?
a lot of different things, but I mean, you know, people that are
Really,
real,
there's not a-
people that are real, just like you're sitting here talking to me and we're going to have a good conversation. And, you know, I would dare say we've become friends is that, you know,
I hope so.
we have different opinions on a lot of things, but we both have our truths, and those are, you know, we keep it real with
Yes.
each other, and we can speak about this shit, and we can find some things in
And
common, and we can move on.
I don't think you're a bad guy, and I don't think you're a racist, which liberals do. They think you're a terrible racist.
Yeah, white woke liberals think
Right.
I'm a racist.
Yes, they do.
Fuck yeah. Then to them, fuck yeah, I am. Fuck them.
Well, but that's and like
I'd rather just fucking horn dog into them and be like, yeah.
how did I mean when we were in the 90s, it was the conservatives who had to stick up their ass. Now it's the other way around. Like your song, I was quoting it on the show tonight, "Low Life." I quoted the great line about
I got kids I've never seen, and their
their
mama's 17.
Yes. But the other one is like,
My friend John Eddie wrote that.
I owe everybody money. I think racist jokes are funny. Now,
Totally.
that's something that to a lot of people out here in Hollywood, that is over the line to even make that joke.
Which is why movies have gotten so shitty. I was like, who's gonna make Step Brothers or something again? Like everybody's dancing around. You know, as a comedian, scared to fucking say this and
Tropic
that. It's
Thunder.
like no wonder everything got so shitty. It's not funny anymore.
Now, I think this is much more of a generational thing than a racial thing. I think there is a generation, not ours, the one or two, maybe two after us, Gen Z, especially, that came after us, where sort of everything is predicated on what triggers you, what you're offended by.
Yeah, we start asking children at a young age, like, how does that make you feel? Shut the fuck up. Like, you know, how does that make you feel? We coddle these fucking kids, you know, like I was saying on the show, like too long and did too much. Like, you know, you don't want to be the bad parent that says, you know, go ride your bike without a helmet. Come back and when you broke your fucking arm, you know, it's okay. You know what I mean? But God forbid something happens to your kid, then you're the fucking bad parent.
Right.
You're the terrible one. It's like, fuck.
No, you can't actually ever enunciate this to people because they would just kick you in the teeth. But the truth is that a certain of them are going to die. I mean, certain number of kids. It's amazing how we've gotten that number down. It wasn't that long ago historically. I'm talking only like 100 or maybe 200 years ago where
that seems like a long time to me.
of human history, it's a blink of an eye.
It's like a long time.
It's a couple of generations. It's a few generations. But before that, you know how many children used to die like before the age of 5? About half.
Sure.
You only had a 50-50 chance to get out of toddler world. You know, you got kicked by a horse, or you got
the smallpox.
Your parents, or your parents had 12 kids and they forgot about you, or whatever the fuck it was. Yep. But no, kids have no idea how good they have it. But I also do wish.
That's probably what our parents said about us too, right?
And they were right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They think
it's relevant every generation.
Are you a boomer? No, you're not old enough to. You're Gen
I'm
X.
54.
Gen X.
I don't know what they all are.
I
consider myself Gen Awesome.
Okay, Charlie Sheen. Get him his tiger blood. What are you? Oh, you aren't drinking Coors Light? Is that a joke? Did somebody do that?
No, that's what was there. I'm drinking it.
Oh, but so you made up with them. Or actually, they made up with you.
You talking about Bud Light?
Oh, it was Bud Light, yes.
Keep smoking it. Keep smoking them funny cigarettes, Billy.
Yeah. Oh, right, Bud Light. But I saw that their Super Bowl commercial was an attempt. Did you see this? To undo.
Actually become friends with them.
See? That's how you handle it.
Right. I did. I invited him, the CEO, Brendan. And I was like, and I told him, I don't want anything from you. I'm not looking for money. Everything's fine in that department. I go, we had some mutual people. And I was like, let's have a conversation. I go, and it's not any gotcha either. Like, I'm not trying to get you there to be like, oh, fuck them, this, that, and the other. And we actually became friends through this whole ordeal.
I love this story.
They did offer some some big dollars and potential for him to be. And I said, man, I just can't do that. I was like, and really at the end of the day, since we're on it, it's like basically what happened is they let a fox into the hen house. You know, they just weren't keeping an eye on things. And I was like, well, what do you think's going to happen when you
You talking
start?
about the ad person?
Well, for that whole Dylan Mulvaney thing, you know, there
Yeah.
was just like, it was like a blip, but, you know, it obviously blew up and all this culture war shit and everything. And it was like,
But what do you care if what? I don't understand why that upset you so much. I don't know.
well, I don't know. I'm fucking, you know, guys that watch football and fucking, you know, our dudes don't want to see. This is just bad business.
It was that, but I did think she was adorable, I have to say.
Oh, if
And
you
I-
watch some of those videos, like
I just thought
before
there
it
was
turned,
some-
whatever that turned into this, like on The Price is Right and shit, is
There
fucking
was
hysterical.
there was something so innocent about her, so innocent and joyous,
Him?
which you've now killed. Yes, she was just so happy to be there, and like this kid who, like, probably a year ago was studying for, or not even studying for, some test or something in high school, and now here she is, like, you know, I'm the voice of Bud Light. I get to be on TV, and you're filming me and doing my hair, and it's just like so. Like I don't know why you let yourself get agitated about that, but I also get it that
Because it's just spur of the fucking moment. I didn't think
right,
it through.
Right.
I'm just like,
Plainly.
you know what? I keep a shit ton of beer around the house, all types of beer, and Bud Light was one of them. And I'm
And a
like,
million rifles. So
fucking got a great MP5 machine gun, and I'm like,
Honey.
fucking set them up. Let's have some fun. I'm like,
honey, put your camera on video. I want, yeah.
they're
No,
always telling me I need to do more social media and this. I'm like, fuck, I got one for you.
It's it is amazing how big that was, though. I mean, it was everywhere because it had everything. You know, it had a star, it had a point of view, it had guns.
Had my MAGA hat on.
Well, of course, I don't think that added anything, but the guns.
Oh, it did, because you know, in the day and age, this was a day and age when people were.
But they already
A lot of
knew
people
you
were.
were.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course they did, but nonetheless, still did it.
yeah. I mean, I think they knew that first picture that came out where you were sucking his dick.
Shit.
What is it like to be with him? You said today that he's funny and he's. I can imagine that.
Dude's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The more I get to know him, the more we become friends over the last 8, 10 years, whatever. But
So give
I'm
us a-
confident you guys would sit down and have a
Give
good
us.
time, have a
Everybody
laugh.
tells that to me. Everybody says you'd like him, and he
Would. Would.
he'd like you. I hope he
He did. He
does.
told me one time. I told him last time I was coming to do the podcast. And so I said, I'm going to do Bill Maher's podcast. He's like, really? He's like, tell him I love him.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, right. What? He's like, tell him I love him. I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah, tell him I love him.
I'd say if he would only get off the not conceding elections thing, we could be a lot closer.
I mean, Bill, come on. That was,
Oh,
I don't know what fucking happened.
I
You know,
do.
just because.
Oh, I know what happened. Joe
just
Biden
because you
won an
didn't-
election. That's what
Oh,
happened.
just because, no, there was COVID going on. There was all sorts of horse shit
COVID?
going on.
What that
They use that as a disguise. I don't know
But he
exactly.
won the
Just
ele-
because you
Okay.
don't get caught doesn't not make it a crime.
Oh, Bob, you lose me when you go there because it's been adjudicated. It's like give up on that one. It's
There's people going to fucking
know what?
jail
It's
that fucking got convicted by 12 of their fucking peers. They're fucking innocent.
irrelevant.
Happens all the time.
Irrelevant to this point and this discussion. But sweetheart, it's actually a better story this way because it's a trilogy. He wins the election, then there has to be an act 2 where the hero is wandering in the wilderness before you have act 3. So it's better that he lost. Joe Biden did him a favor. He's more legendary because he came back. And
There's no question to that.
okay, so then
But you
just give
never
up on the-
convinced me and a lot of people that there wasn't shenanigans going on during COVID, during
Well,
that election,
it's-
all the shit. It was a
I may
fucking,
not
that was a
convince you.
bananas time.
I may not convince you of it, but it is eminently convincible to anyone who wants to like go through just really nonpartisan court rulings, Republicans saying it, lots of them. It's just he lost an
Liz
election.
Cheney?
Whenever he won. Was everyone a hit record? Was everyone a hit record? No. But, does every one of my jokes land? No. You lose a few. And it's just a better story, and it just would be, it would make me breathe a lot easier, because I'm not sure that this crowd is ever going to give. I don't know if we'll ever see a Democrat president again, because I just don't think they are of a mind that that can happen without it ruining the country. So they convince themselves they have to do it. They don't want to do it. They just have to do it, because otherwise a Democrat, that's
Monkey see, monkey do too.
meaning.
I mean, somebody starts something and like you see the talking points come out, like the comms in the White House or this, that, and the other. It's like everyone gets on the same talking point. They use them a lot in the news now. Everyone's talking about this. They're saying this. They're saying, oh, the end of, what is the big one now? It's constitutional something.
Yeah, the reason why the Democrats have a hard time prosecuting this case and making Americans care as much as they should have is because there is a version, a slighter, less damaging, less threatening to the Constitution version of all of it that the Democrats do. Everything is a slippery slope. Trump's a king. Yeah, they all try to act like kings to a degree. These people just take it to a different degree. And also, the Democrats draw the line at when they lose an election, they just quit. They quit quick. I mean, Kamala Harris was in the Bahamas on Thursday. I mean, they just okay, we lost, get out of town. See you, we'll try again next year, no big deal. Whereas
will you pardon your son? No.
Well, that's, again, you have not an untrue point. That was a horrible hypocrisy. Again, it doesn't have anything to do with he doesn't concede elections. But let's not.
Everything to do with just being fucking checked out and lying for fucking 4 years about fucking almost everything. Like, who was running the fucking country?
Okay.
It was just bananas to just sit back and watch. Like, I don't wish that on any human being, there's something wrong there, clearly. And everyone
wish what on
Biden.
Oh, Biden. No,
it was could talk like anything, and like everyone's watching this, Democrats are like standing up for him. But I'm thinking that I put myself in those shoes. I'm like, something was really wrong with Trump. Like, would I sit there like you've kind of insinuated and asked other people, like, what's your breaking point? Like, I don't know, but if I would have to think that I'm a rational enough human being that like if something was that bad, I'd be like, hey man, this is fucked up. Like, someone's got to step in here. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I was trying to get him to leave a long time before most people were, some people were. But I can't argue that point. It just always comes down to a matter of degree and what you think is the bigger,
Well, so people, once they grasp onto something, they're holding on to it. They're so scared to look at it from a different angle and let go. You know what I mean? That is their fucking everything, their safety. It's like, no, I got in this boat. I'm going to keep paddling. It's like, well, you're going upstream. You sure you don't want to turn around?
Yeah. Isn't it amazing, though, that they're almost the same age, and yet Biden is like crypt keeper, kind of like.
Well, that's genetics.
Skeletor. Well, or how we treat ourselves.
Absolutely.
Whereas Trump, almost the same age, and I used to say it in my act, like it was like he puts on the wig and the face paint and he's like Kiss in 1976. It's like he hasn't changed a day. Nothing is different. He's got a brand, which was kind of brilliant.
Dude's got more energy.
More
go, and wants to win at every level,
But he does not present as old. You know what I mean? He doesn't
It's fucking insane, Bill. Sometimes, I'll talk to him, like, sometimes I'll call him. I told him, I said, sir, you don't have to pick up my calls all the time. Like, sometimes I've had a few beers.
Oh, he's not doing anything.
He's up calling my.
Trust me.
And then he'll get me back. He'll call me like 5:30 in the morning and be like, hey, you up? And I will, because neither one of us sleep a lot.
Really?
This and the other, but his energy level, his fight, his wanting to win, no matter what it is, like somebody with those qualities, I want fighting for me. I want him in my corner, no matter what the fight is. We're fighting for America. I want him in my corner.
I wish I was in that corner. I was in a corner with a guy who could fight like him. I agree. There's nobody better. But at like getting what he wants.
Did you repeat that?
No, nobody better at getting what he wants.
No, you said nobody better.
Nobody better at getting what he wants. I have issues with the means. which is crucial to that point. You can't get what you want just by any means. Like, we want Greenland, we're just going to take it. No, it doesn't work that way. But let me...
Well, that's what he says, and that's part of his negotiations. That's
Okay,
part of the
well,
genius when he
we'll
goes
see
in and he
that.
says, like, hey, don't do this or I'll blow you fucking
But-
up. And they're like, well, you're gonna do what? And he's like, I'm gonna blow you the fuck up. And people are like,
But I want... Okay.
even if they believe him 5%, and it keeps him from starting a war somewhere. That's the fucking guy I want.
I get
If
it.
he's that good.
All right, so I'm going to ask you about that in a minute, but wait. So I just want to picture this. It's 5:30. Trump calls you. You answer. He asks you what you're wearing. No, okay.
The ever comedian, Bill. I like it. I like a good joke. Come on.
I know you do, and so do I. I mean, so many of your songs are funny. You know, fucking 50 is very funny. Certainly, Low Life is a scream.
Oh, there's a billion fucking 40.
The one I talked to you about last time, like the Nashville,
Nashville, I Know.
That's very funny about the metros and the, what do you call
We're all
them?
drinking Michelob Ultras.
Yes. And you wish they'd start some shit with you. You'd knock out their whitened teeth. Yeah.
So the original line on that was written by a friend of mine, Warwick Gunther. That I take these songs sometimes that people have written and I rework them. I put my thing on them. I rewrite words and shit like this.
No, I mean, to me, your almost unique genius is
Almost unique.
well, other people have done it, is what I'm saying. You don't even know what I'm going to say, but now I'm going to tell you. The way you can evoke the feeling of really that time in your life that is the most sort of embossed in your brain. Adolescence, you're
Nostalgia.
17,
It's nostalgia.
your first love. I remember waiting at the school bus. Jenny Clayton was my first crush. And, you know, you have so many songs that evoke that feeling, drinking from the same cup. You know,
Isn't that one of the best feelings outside of
So,
love, sex, like just that nostalgia
it
feeling?
gets me
it's like,
every time. Remember my
just
first,
might have wrote a new song for me. It gets me every time.
is that how you do it?
Absolutely.
I do, you know, I work the same way.
Absolutely. If someone says something poignant or outside the box or
right.
something that's just different, I write it down. Whether
never-
it's a title or a line
Right.
or anything.
I never
write it down.
purposely write. I just remember things I say when I'm high. But that's,
That might be the title of your next special, Things I Say When I'm High.
well, that's could be the title of every show and every
Oh,
special.
it's called a
but
podcast.
it is a podcast, all right. But like Glenn Fry said, he was in this car with this guy driving on the freeway, and he said, "Life in the fast lane." And Glenn was like, "Oh, thank you for making my next $12 million for me." Because, no, of course, then you have to.
Which is also saying, like, someone gave me a brick and I built the White House. There's a lot more work entailed.
I was just going to say.
Which, as you know, as a comedian,
No,
you
no.
write down like the one
Well-
thing, but it sparks something in you. And then
Right.
I've learned over the years to even
No.
write more and more down. Like
That's-
the dumbest shit you would think at the time, but you just write it down. Sometimes you forget about it. Then you
Right.
go back through your notes, through a chord you wrote, through a voice recording, through whatever it is. And, you know, you write 100 and maybe one of them hits.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, speaking of the Eagles, what Don Henley said when Don Felder, I don't know if he sued them, but he definitely wanted to be the writer on Hotel California. Now, he did give
I
Henley,
wrote the guitar.
well, he gave him a tape with that sort of beginning kind of riff, and he said, yeah, it was a very intriguing idea for a song. It had no lyrics, it had no title, it had no chord changes. You know, yes, a lot of these bricks have to go
That is kind
in.
of constituted as songwriting, though. Like, you know,
Is what?
in a weird way, it's a very slippery slope in songwriting. Like, you know, like in Nashville, they call it write a word, take a third. You know what I mean? It's like if four guys sit in a room and you come in and you got a melody and like a hook or something, and there's a fourth guy sitting there that just, you know, changes
Right.
one line of the song, he gets a third.
Well,
Now, I'm no stingy motherfucker. I like to think, you know, I think people would tell you I take care of people around me, you know, sometimes give more than what's due. But at other times I'm like, wait a minute. let's fucking call this what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I came with this and this, you came with this. Let's talk about it, split up the percentages.
Right,
Sometimes I'll just give people fucking more, but that didn't happen until I was rich.
right. Well, you'll appreciate this story then. Maybe you heard it. Diane Warren, the great
I know
songwriter.
Diane.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, she noticed that, this is like 2 years ago, that a Beyonce song had 24 writers on it, I think.
Oh, I've seen that all the time. That happens a lot. In
Right.
Pop music and hip hop and stuff. It's even happening in Nashville now.
But she commented to somebody, how can you have 24 writers on a song? And then the other types who you and I both don't have any use for said it was racist.
Everything's racist.
Because she was questioning, and I don't even know where the...
If you say anything negative about Beyonce, you're racist. It happened to me years ago. I said Beyonce something. I said, I think she's beautiful. She's talented. Always been kind to me. I know run-ins, nor father, nor sister. I've known him through the years.
Right.
And I was like, I just don't understand how she can be this big, but she doesn't have like a Purple Rain or like a Sweet Home Alabama or an old time rock and roll, like a song that no matter who you are, no matter what you think, this, that, and the other, it's like, fuck, that's good. This, that, and the other. I know that's specifics, this, that, and her fucking Bayhive came after me. They're like, this, that, and the other. And I was out fucking hunting Idaho. Wait, Bill, you appreciate this. Like, just flooding my shit, blowing all my shit up. I don't give a fuck about it. And I'm like, wrong guy to fuck with. I'm like, I don't even think about this. Her fan club or something is called the Bayhive. The Beehive or something like that.
Yeah.
So I just posted a can of Raid and was like, fuck y'all.
Of course you did. That's you. But I might submit that Listen, which is from Dreamgirls, which is, you don't know it.
No.
I think that's pretty mainstreamy. Like as for like this thing you're talking about, like I think most people would know that. Listen.
I'm talking about all people.
Well, there's nothing all people know.
Yes,
I mean, no, there isn't. They
everybody knows Don't Stop Believing.
I don't know about that. Oh,
yeah,
please.
they do.
You think kids know Don't Stop Believing?
Well, I'm talking about, you got to put a certain, generation on it at some point. You know what I mean? But
who? I don't even know who did that. I know the song.
Journey.
So Journey in the Coliseum.
With my
no
nuts
dancing, no lip syncing.
Do I actually have a...
Right?
You said Coliseum. I got an old
isn't
rhyme.
Isn't that the...
Yes, but I got an old rhyme that I never used, like an old dirty rhyme.
See, that's
you
again...
just sparked it as like...
that evocation.
And my dick so thick, it ought to be bronze. Then put on display in a museum with my nuts swinging low so the host can come see them.
That's from Don't Stop Believing?
No, that's just this fucking weird rhyme I remembered from I don't know where that I've never used.
But again, that evocation of that, like, time in your life, the one about you're in the second row with your girl on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, all that stuff, that
was actually started written by like Morgan Wallen, Mitchell Tenpenny.
Really?
A couple other guys. This was before Morgan Wallen blew up, and I remember somehow I got a demo of it. I can't remember what. And I just couldn't get over the voice on it. I was like, who the fuck is singing this demo? It was Morgan Wallen.
And he wrote that?
He was one of the writers on that. Now, I took that song and I reworked it.
Right.
Put in my thing, which I've done,
Right.
Normally I'm writing, I would say 80% of my songs with one of my go-to friends like Uncle Cracker, John Eddie, or somebody. I don't do the Nashville rights where people say, let's get together at 3 p.m. and write a song. I'm like,
right.
Let's just fucking hang out, and if some shit sparks off, let's start writing it down.
Right. That's my method too. Yes.
Yeah, it seemed to work all right. But yeah, it was actually on that. That was them.
So
still something about rock and roll.
Oh, I love that.
That's great. You like a lot of the songs that I like. That
I really do.
Aren't big hits.
And I know them well. One of my favorite songs, not of just of you, but of anything, Cold Beer, which just tells you can separate the art from the artist.
That was written by a young man in Louisiana who sent it to me. Same thing. It's funny. All the songs you like were started by someone else that Shay. His name was Shay something, through a friend of mine, Stephen Peterman, that played for the Lions. Knew him. It's either Mississippi or Louisiana, one or the other. But yeah, just give me a cold beer.
But look, this is such a good illustration of the way you can separate the art and the artist. like I hate beer, so I don't relate to that at all. If
Most gay people do.
Good, okay. If
I
it's
saw bullseye.
yeah, that was
You got me a couple
yeah,
times.
yeah, absolutely. But cold beer, no. If it was called lit pot, I would relate, but I don't relate. So I don't relate to what you're singing about. The lyrics are political. I find the first line very funny because
Taking a knee in there.
you're lamenting. No, it's like I'd turn on the radio if they were playing songs instead of like talking politics about how everything's gone
going
wrong. Okay, I'm like, yeah,
Damn,
boy,
Bill, I'm impressed.
man, can you? Oh, I'm telling you, I've been there for a long time. We didn't talk about this last time.
We did, but I don't know. We're in Hollywood. You might just be fucking.
No, oh no, please. How would I? Why would I do that? What would you think I like? Anyway,
Because you live in Hollywood.
but I am a music lover.
I know.
And
I've come to know that more and more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of musicians here. Your girl Sheryl Crow was here. You know, I mean, not just the big one you did with it, but Collide. That's a great
Thank you.
duet
Well,
record.
Bob Seger played piano on that.
But cold beer, okay. I don't agree with the
cold
beer part. Wait, first of all, yeah, you say you.
Speaking
I
of-
find it ironic that you were lamenting that the radio's full of people talking politics. Yeah, Bob, if we only get people to shut the fuck up about politics, huh? But then, like, you doubt global warming, you know, and it's okay, because I don't give a shit. You're even throwing the beer cans into the fire, which seems unnecessarily anti-environmental. I mean, why throw the can into the fire?
Because it's fun to do bad things.
Okay, there you go. And that's okay. And that is a venal sin I can forgive.
I don't even know
But
what
it just
venal
shows
means.
you can like the art, and I don't have to agree with it. I don't give a shit. You think I live my life by song lyrics? You know, I mean, there's lots of lyrics I listen to. I mean, I love Jumpin' Jack Flash, but I don't like drive a spike through my head or whatever he's saying in there. I never know what he's saying, but
I used to cover. I could sing this.
Jumpin' Jack Flash, like a spike,
I was born in a crossfire hurricane.
which they named the investigation
I was
after.
drowned by some in the pouring rain.
Yeah.
I was with a spike right through my head.
Yeah, something was. You
I mean,
don't remember it either.
This is where it's tough to argue with drugs are bad.
No, it's because
Listen to the lyrics of Tumbling Dice.
because Mick Jagger does not enunciate, or he sings in his Scouse Cockney accent.
Because like all of us, he wanted to be a black man.
I mean, I've listened to those songs, and of course I could look up the lyrics in 2 seconds, but I'm too lazy. But like some of those songs I've been listening to for, 50 years, and I don't know, another Honky Tonk Woman. I don't know, what.
I met a gin-soaked bar room.
I met
a gin-soaked barmaid down in Memphis. She tried to take me upstairs for a ride.
that line. I remember. Tried to take me upstairs for a ride, and then
Then she covered me in roses.
yeah,
Blew my nose, and then she
blew
my
my
mind.
mind. I don't.
I was like,
but the song is great. So who gives a shit?
incredible.
No, when the songs are
Incredible. We actually came up a version for this next tour of I come out of this new song, which I'm going to make people suffer through a new song, which at my level in the career, it's like, like you're not waiting for God rest his soul for Tom Petty's new song. You know what I mean? Played fucking hits. I understand that, but I'm like,
Right.
when you get a good one, I'm like, all right, I'm going to make them suffer through this, and I'm not going to give them a chance to go to the bathroom or go get a drink or something. So I'm going to play it second. And that's how you get them to suffer through it. But at the end, then we do this, what I call like an Ike and Tina Turner version of I Know It's Only Rock and Roll, which gets me off too, because it's exciting for me to like do this version and get into this groove, like sometimes you got to do shit for yourself to keep yourself into it. Most of the time.
I mean, you're such a good singer. It's baffling to me why you like it was all. When you're first on the scene, I felt like you were just a straight up all rapper. I didn't even know you could
That's
sing.
what I had to do to get.
But why? Because it's obviously you could always sing.
Because like rap metal was the big shit, right? And
Oh,
And
okay.
I'd been in the trenches for 10, 15 years at this point.
Really?
Not making any money. I had a kid, blah, blah, blah. It was like kind of do or die time. I was
You were doing it for 10 to 15 years before you were famous? Before
when I was like
before
14,
cocky
I
in
was,
that era?
oh yeah, when I was 14, I was going at it. And then when I was 19, I was touring with Ice Cube and Too Short. I had released a record on Jive Records on RCA
Huh.
when I was 18 that sold I must have sold 10 or 15 copies. And which is actually funny because it was this dirty record. Too Short produced some of it, and some other folks, and then Vanilla Ice came out, and that kind of crushed that because I was this little dirty fucking white boy from Detroit. And I remember sitting in a record company, I'm like, you can't get any of my songs fucking anywhere. This record ain't selling. I'm fucking 18. This and that, they had the labels like, you said "suck my dick" in every song about 4 times, and I'm like, all right. But then it came Do or Die. Doing that record, it was like, and I actually sent in, when I got signed to Atlantic, some kind of Rolling Stones, bluesy rock feeling
Right.
songs. And they were like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like, we signed you because of some of this rap metal shit you did. And I was like, I can do that shit in my sleep. They were like, then do it. And I did it. And, it's fucking sold 14 million copies off it.
Right.
Thought I was going to stay there. And I'm like, I wrote this country song I think's pretty good. It had Sheryl Crow sing on it. Picture. They're like, you're going to fucking ruin your career. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just doing what I think feels good, what sounds good, what I like, what I think people want to hear. I don't know.
And also, people go through phases in their life. If you're an artist, that's going to be reflected in your art. So what you were interested in at 14, yeah, I don't like Love Me Do by the Beatles because they were 20
I didn't
when
want anything to do with fucking country music when I was a kid. My parents used to listen to it. I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, I don't fucking goddamn fucking rebel. And,
Right.
and that hip hop came out. I'm like, oh yeah. Unfortunately, rebellion nowadays has turned into at least sometimes I think about it and it's half joke, half serious. It's like, you rebel. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna cut the lawn in my parents' house. I'm gonna fucking listen to fucking Run DMC and fucking NWA and fucking but I really loved it. And now it's turned into I'm gonna cut my dick off and put a dress on and piss my dad off. You can't tell me you don't think some of that's going on.
Oh, I'm sure that is. I mean, look, every generation from the beginning of time, I think, has an impulse to the prime directive is to piss off those assholes who brought you into the world and gave you everything.
Exactly.
Fuck them. Whatever they do, I'm going to do the opposite. If they drink coffee hot, I will drink it cold.
Yep.
If they smoke cigarettes, I'll smoke a vape. If they think that people are just boys and girls, I'll show them.
There's a lot of that going on.
But Trump says there's only 2 sexes. You know that it's more complicated than that, right?
Well, there's very small percentages.
But
people
it still
are born
exists.
With
there are people.
Very small percentage.
Okay,
but it's been blown way out of hand. You will admit.
Look.
Yes,
I agree with that. And they hate me for saying that, but absolutely, some of it is social contagion. I mean, when I did
everything's social contagion.
Well, but certainly at that age, you're so susceptible to any fucking suggestion. I compared it to entrapment in the sense that when you get caught for entrapment, it means that you wouldn't have thought of committing this crime. The FBI had to come in and say, hey, wouldn't it be great if we blew up the Sears Tower? I mean, those assholes, am I right? I think I can get you a lot of explosives. And if you say that to people who have nothing going on, want to blow some shit up, they might go, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Okay, that's entrapment. It's a little bit of the same if you're constantly talking to kids about the idea that you might not be in the right body, which is true, you might not, but to have been doing...
You didn't get a choice, motherfucker. That's the body you were born in.
Yes, but there are people whose mind is so oriented the other way that it does make sense for them, I think. But not a child to decide this.
Thank you.
I mean, children, I mean, the idea that I would have had to deal with that idea even, I could barely deal with what I was dealing with, which was at first, I want girls so badly and I'm too shy.
How is this gonna fit in there?
Oh, that was not what I was worried about. It was just, I want girls and I'm too shy to talk to them. That's a terrible prison
I'm
to be.
still like that.
That's a ridiculous. What the fuck are you talking about? You're shy with girls?
Well, I will show off fucking whatever I have to do to make sure that girl that have my eye on wants to talk to me. I'm fucking, yeah. I will not go up to a girl and say, hi, my name's Bob. How are you?
You don't have to. You're famous. That's probably why
That's probably the fucking whole reason why.
Everybody, all of it. It solves
It all comes back to pussy. I wish I had some shoes made out of that shit.
I mean,
it don't ever get old. You can't wear it out.
You know what the greatest opening line to a girl is? Thank you very much. You know? Because she said to you, hi, KidRock, I love you. And your line is,
I love you too.
Thank you very much.
Oh no, I just jump right in. I love you too.
It sounds like you're single now.
I'm single.
Oh, I didn't know that. Last time we talked, you were with somebody.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry that here on Valentine's Day, I'm sure you won't be alone for long.
Oh, it's tough, Bill.
It's not tough for you. It's tough in general. It's tough. It's not tough for a rich, famous
I heard it
rock
said
star.
I heard it said once, I can have every girl I don't want.
There's a lot of that too, yes. Just because a lot of people want you doesn't mean you find them attractive. That is true. And certainly beautiful women know that more than anybody. Many beautiful women are like, alone here on Valentine's Day.
I had a good one with Elon at the fight.
A good relationship?
No, we're just talking. Like, I don't know him that well. We text a little bit here and there, but like we're talking, and I don't like to speak out of school, but I don't think this is speaking out of school. It's like, so we're sitting there and like, now we're just, 3-4 hours into the UFC fight. We're hanging out and like these ring girls are walking around at Madison Square Garden. And I'm like, and I've been noticing this all night. I'm like, these girls are not that hot. And he's like, he gives me this stare and he's like, hot women are very scarce. And I'm like, ooh, he's kind of right. And I look at him a little bit longer and I'm like, so are cool dudes with shit tons of money. And we had a good laugh off that for a while.
Well, I think Elon probably there's certainly physically hot, rare.
What's hot to you? What's hot in the mainstream? What's
amazing to me is that there are so many different variations of gorgeous in the world. There's a lot. I mean, yes, is it the majority? No. But I mean, there's how many adult women in the world? 3 billion? Even if it was like 10 million, that's a lot of hot chicks, who are like
spread across the world.
Well, I mean,
Not
we're talking
really.
about, super gorgeous, like arrestingly beautiful. And then like just plain beautiful is pretty good too. There's a lot of variations on why do you think we have so much trouble being committed people? Because men, it is a constant siren call. And unless you are tied to the mast, like Odysseus, it's hard to not answer that call, especially for you. Comedians.
Maybe when I was younger, it's not hard anymore.
Yeah, of course, but because I'm guessing your priorities have changed.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't want to be blown on the tour bus. You're at Toys R Us. Isn't that your
figuratively?
Joke?
That's a good one.
What is it?
That's pretty good. It's actually true.
It's in your song.
Yeah, it is. Nowadays, I spend more time at Toys R Us. Which is totally fucking true.
Right.
Trust me, rather than picking up a hot chick, I'm more worried about what I'm going to get my granddaughter for Christmas.
Right. Well, you can do both, you know. I'm sure we'll go over to hula hands later. It's Valentine's Day. We'll get the losers.
What's hula hands? Is that a strip club?
No, I just made it up. Some dive Irish bar I'm picturing with, yeah, I
Oh, I'll
guess.
walk into a dive Irish bar and every girl in there will think I'm fucking Elvis.
Yes. Was it so terrible?
No complaints here.
Yeah, exactly. No, I will not say who this is, but a friend of mine who is like close, not quite my age, but in that era, and we were talking somewhat recently, and he's single. He was married, and he's like, he said, "You would not believe it. I'm getting a lot of iconic pussy. Like girls that come up to me and say, 'You're iconic.'" I thought, wow.
Wow.
That is, the universe just keeps giving. Iconic pussy. And I think you could get a lot of iconic pussy. You're iconic. Now, you got to find a girl that knows that word. Not all of
I'm trying
them.
to figure out what it means.
Iconic? You know what it means. But I would guess that Elon needs a woman who's very smart, wouldn't you think? I mean, he's kind of a brainiac and all that. Don't you think?
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
Elon?
I mean, most dumb guys like us are like, she looks really smart. She looks super smart.
First of all, tits are for kids. I mean,
Oh, we should hang out sometime because we're probably not chasing the same pussy.
we're not.
Oh, bingo. See, that's why we're friends.
I'm not
We just broke through. Break on through to the other
I'm not
side.
chasing pussy at all, Bob. I'm looking for a meaningful relationship. You disgust me. You're lucky I don't hit you over the head.
Clearly, you're looking for a meaningful.
No, but I don't think Elon is like us at all. I think Elon Musk needs a woman who I read once in an interview he did in some magazine, and he said, "I can't really be happy or like good at my work unless I'm in love." And at the time, he was with Amber Heard. That may slightly load the issue of this point I'm making, but yeah, he was with Amber Heard. I forgot that. Did you know that?
I knew he'd banged her or something, but
No, well, they were together for a while. Then she shit on his computer.
that was hilarious. Fucking God bless Johnny Depp.
Yes. He
For standing up and fighting.
Correct.
For standing up and fighting.
Yes.
Because you know what? There's a lot of women that are mis-fucking treated. That's a fact.
Yes.
And then you got these other fucking bitches who fucking shake down fucking men or attempt to shake down men, scare the fuck out of them.
Well,
And you're like, wait a minute.
I
You're
wouldn't
like, this is fucked up.
I wouldn't say it was a shakedown. What I would say it's this. Women have an idea a lot, I think, that I would call romantic justice. Now, there's a term we have, poetic justice. Poetic justice.
I believe in romantic justice to a T.
You don't know how I'm defining it.
Yeah, I do.
You're clairvoyant.
You want me to explain it to you?
Well, that's
I know
maybe
exactly what you're talking about.
Go ahead, tell me.
Romantic justice is if a woman spends the best years of her life with you and you're having sex with this, that, and the other, that you should take care of her at some level.
Well, that's maybe part of it. No, my idea of romantic justice is...
I didn't come close?
No, well,
Well,
I'll tell you what it is. Poetic justice is a term we use for when justice is served, but not exactly for what the crime was, like O.J. Simpson. Okay, he didn't go to jail for killing his ex-wife. He went to jail for some other crime, and people said, well, that's poetic justice. Women have kind of the same idea about if a guy hurts me, and legitimately does, I don't mean necessarily like beat you or something, although we don't know what exactly happened, but I don't think that happened. But maybe it did, we don't know. But if he hurts you in any way, even if it's just by abandoning you, leaving you, promising you, and then not coming through, whatever it was, it is well within your rights to then make up any shit you want, because he's not going to get punished for what he really did, but it's okay if we punish him for this thing that I'm going to make up, and that's the poetic justice.
1,000%.
That's romantic justice.
1,000%.
Yes, okay.
We are in agreement over 1,000%.
Well, we're in agreement. There is no such word as agreeance, and that was found out by Fred Durst one year at the Grammys.
I didn't go to no college, Bill. Anyone call you Billy?
Yeah, as a kid. Oh, yeah, everybody.
My brother's Billy. My dad's Bill. My brother Billy liked to smoke funny cigarettes. So like my dad Bill was a staunch Catholic and a very conservative Republican. So I didn't want to be disrespectful, but I'd rather call you Billy.
Go ahead.
Huh?
No,
All right, Billy.
There are people that still Jerry Seinfeld still calls me Billy.
Oh, is that a name?
There are...
You know, Paul McCartney told me it's not cool to drop names.
It was just, he's the old, like, that's the only one I can think of who does it. My sister, sometimes, but...
Wayne Gretzky calls me Robert.
So your brother is Bill. So it was...
Billy. Billy and Bobby.
So...
Two Midwestern boys, Billy and Bobby.
Billy and Bob. Together you make one full redneck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then a sister, you said?
2 sisters.
2 sisters. So 4 of you.
4 of us.
So I didn't know you were Catholic. I was raised Catholic.
Mm-hmm. I've heard you say that. I always thought you were Jewish in the early days.
Yeah, because you're a racist pig, but no. But
I'm not a pig.
Okay. Okay, good. But like, what did you think of being brought up a Catholic?
Fucking boring.
Loved it.
It's boring.
Loved it.
I've been going to church recently and I found a good Baptist church by me where they got music. Like, I want to go worship through music. You know what I mean? Everything's better with a soundtrack.
So that's why you're making this gossip album? This gospel album?
I've been into gospel for a long time.
Elvis.
I love it. Some of the good songs, Tom T. Hall, Me,
Elvis
Jesus,
made a gospel album.
A lot of people make gospel records. Yeah, of course.
What was the name of it?
What, Elvis's gospel album?
Yes.
He made more than one.
One main one. How Great Thou Art is its title.
I guarantee I got one of the songs on here from it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
How Great Thou Art.
While you're talking.
But doesn't it kind of limit you lyrically? Because it's always kind of about
I just wrote a song a couple days called Halfway to Jesus. Because I'm halfway to Jesus. I can feel love between us. The book of John, eternal light, the book of John, Yahweh keeps us moving on because I'm halfway to Jesus. Lord, you know I've made mistakes. I was lost in a sea of snakes. These days I spend my time trying to make things right. No more running blind. I finally see the light. And I'm halfway to Jesus. You still got that little motherfucker over here going like, hey, don't you want to party and hang out with bitches? You're like, hey man, go to Toys R Us, get something for your granddaughter. You're like,
what would Jesus have against hanging out with bitches? I don't understand
you
why.
hung out with prostitutes?
I don't understand why that's a contradiction.
It's not.
Oh, but you said he's on your shoulder as...
No, I'm talking about the devil.
But
the devil in Jesus.
But what is devilish about hanging out with girls?
Well, it could be devilish depending on what terms you're hanging out with them on.
Well, we're not going to be hanging out with underage girls. And we're not going to be doing anything untoward with them. We're gentlemen, right?
Absolutely.
I've never heard...
But still, like, if you have a couple girls and you like them both, and you're in a single situation, you're an adult, like, you know, and you're very upfront, like, hey, I'm not ready for a committed relationship, this, that, and the other.
I can't believe you're still working.
And you're in a position that we have money, there's a celebrity component involved, this, that, and the other, like, somebody's going to be hurt. I don't want to hurt folks.
I disagree. I mean,
you think if you explain it up front, everything's fine?
Absolutely. Honesty solves.
So that is someone else's problem. You don't have any empathy for their feelings?
What? First of all, I'm 70. There's no future in me as like a husband and father. I come pre-advertised. Fuck. I'm lucky if we make it to the next Valentine's Day.
Did you feel that way when you were 50?
No, but I'm not. Oh, right, you are.
Right. Looking for a little advice, Billy.
Yeah, you're right. That's different for you because you still could be made into what I could not possibly be made into. I mean, I've said to girls literally word for word, if I got you pregnant tomorrow, I'd be 82 when the kid got
First thing I did
school.
when I became single after this last relationship was fucking snip.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
How could you do that to yourself?
It's fucking actually hilarious. The process of do you want to hear about my vasectomy?
I do.
Absolutely. This would be good podcasting.
Good point.
Right. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this is a whole new world. I'm like, I didn't expect to be here, but I'm here. And I'm like, shit's happening. I'm like, all right, I gotta get these things cut off or whatever they do. So,
well, they're not cutting your balls off.
No, I understand that now, but I'd never really looked into it. Like,
And you still did it without looking into it?
No, I looked into it. I did the fucking
I hope
research, talked to some guys who'd done this and everybody's funny. So the lead up to it is kind of like the scary part, right? Like, all the shit they prep you for and this, that, and the other. I'm like, hey, I need to get that thing, snipped or whatever they do.
So who did you talk to for this advice?
I have a concierge doctor in Nashville. And she hooked me up with...
But you said you talked to some guys who already...
Yeah, they said it didn't hurt. It was this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know that, I'm under the impression, like, they just cut your nuts off? Like, no, they just cut a little thing in there, like this, that, and the other.
So you talked to some ballless people?
So finally it's day to do it, and I'm like, fuck, gotta go through with it, like, in there, like... So sitting there with the fucking... Yeah. Do you know the worst part about it? The worst part of all... What?
They're cutting your...
No! It's another dude washing your balls, getting ready for surgery. There's a dude down there like, this is going to be a little uncomfortable. Now, here's the fucked up part, Bill, that I can't believe I'm going to admit this on whatever we're on, is that you're like sitting there and there's a dude washing your balls. Okay. Now, think about this. If someone starts scratching your back and you don't know who it is, it feels good.
Right.
And I'm like, fucking baseball, who hit the most home runs in history? I'm like, if I fucking pop a boner right now, am I gay? I'm like, this is fucked up. And then like the doctors are, by the way, you know what the doctor's name was? Not making this up. Dr. Johnson. No shit. So I'm already having a good laugh in there. Now I'm at a table, he comes in like, shit's burning. He's like, what type of music you want to listen to? I'm like, anything keeps you calm?
Right.
Motherfucker puts on Metallica. I'm like, he's pretty funny. He's pretty funny. Like, all right. So we're having a little banter back and forth. You can't feel nothing. You're numbed up. And like smoke's flying out by your nuts and shit. And you're like,
what?
Yeah, like they're soldering it or doing something where they like do something. And like this and then he's like, now they talk to you, right? You have to like ejaculate 20 times and then send in a sample so we know all the sperm's out of there. I'm like, 20 times? I'm like, fuck, I got shit to do tomorrow. You just ruined my whole day.
They don't mean in one day, right?
I'm joking with the doctor, Bill. Come on. This is why I'm not a comedian.
I think it would be funny if you feel the person washing your balls and you look down and it's Dylan Mulvaney.
Oh, my God.
But do you have to...
And then we have 2 straws and a Bud Light. We're like...
I mean, if you did want to do a commercial that would like break the internet, that would be it.
Absolutely. I actually suggested that when I was talking to Bud Light.
We didn't have the internet, but man, I cannot forget. Man, I never will forget.
Day the moonlight shined upon your hair.
That's, again, you're always bringing me back to when I had my first love when I was 16. And, that people say you never forget your first love. It's so true. And you also never forget when you get dumped by her. Because nothing ever hurts as much. Because it's the first one and you didn't see it coming and, so.
I'll never forget my first love.
Who was that? Jenny Clayton by the school bus?
My son's mother.
Right. And what happened to that one? You were just too young?
I mean, a million factors, whatever. We're friends now, after a lot of hardship and pain and things in between. But,
Yeah.
you get older, you get wiser. And
Yeah.
see, this could be you and President Trump's story.
I'm what?
This could be you and President Trump's story. We're older, we're wiser. We've gone through a lot of things differently in politics, come to a spot where, like, I guarantee you guys could sit down and be like, you would see what I see. You would see what I know in this man and be like,
I do already.
Motherfucker's cool. And he might. No, I'm sure he would do the same.
I do.
Like,
I do
cool.
already, and I've given him like there are moments when I see why people love him so much, and I even like him a lot because.
Do you feel like you ever have to double down?
No.
Because of your TV show. Because of this, that, and the other.
No, sir. That no. I say exactly what I really think always. I am not ever.
But you got two good things working for you. You're very smart. You stay informed, and you have comedy on your side.
Yeah,
it's kind of what I do in music, which is probably why you like what I do a little bit. You're like, I do. I can say something poignant, something maybe you don't agree with your life, but you're it brings me back over here.
I still love the song, even if I don't love the lyrics. But the lyrics are always clever, even if I don't agree with them. I get it, and I can appreciate the artistry. And again, I don't live my life by song lyrics. I don't listen to Daydream Believer and say, "Oh, I could fly beneath the wings of a bluebird as she sings." Yeah, that's right. The 6 o'clock.
You're also telling me at the same time that a lot of my songs spark nostalgia and you make you feel a certain way. So there's kind of a double-edged sword there.
Well, that's the best thing you can do is hit that chord in people, and that's why music is will always be.
There'd be nothing on earth without music. Think about it. Well, there's nothing that you enjoy without a soundtrack.
There would definitely be things on earth without music, but they wouldn't. Believe me. If they took away my music, but it's still not ahead of like food.
If they just did the voice of God and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Maher," and you didn't have Green Day's bump 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 ba-da-dum, bump bump playing music, anything you can think of, there's music. Anything.
Actually, Kid and Play wrote that song. Kid from Kid and Play. Green Day redid it, but yeah, it's a great song. Yeah.
Was that like the?
Yeah.
Love Kid and Play.
Really? Oh.
Used to wear my hair like
I
Kid.
should get you two guys together. Kid and KidRock. I mean, he's one of my best friends.
Really?
Forever.
What's his name, Christopher?
Christopher Reed.
Yeah.
Oh, I
love them when I was young. You know who the producer was Herbie Lovebug.
I will.
Also did Salt and Pepper.
I will arrange that.
I still hang out with, I see Pepper,
Will you tell me what next time you're in L.A.?
Yeah.
I remember the last time.
When are you going to come see me in Nashville? When are you going to come see the middle of the country, Bill? Not just go do a show.
I just got off.
You need to come to my farm in Alabama and hang out. You always kind of tease Alabama a little bit.
Bad timing because after 42 years, I just got off the road. I'm not doing stand-up on the road.
Oh, I bet you got a big old jet.
I used to travel by that. I know you came in on yours. And,
You know what's the difference between mine and your jet?
You own yours.
Mine has middle fingers on the tail.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't.
American badass with 2 middle fingers. Nothing to see here, folks, when we fly in.
but when you're giving the finger to like just anybody, doesn't it lose its...
I actually worried about it a little bit when I decided. I'm like, fuck it, put middle fingers on. I was like, I actually. I have a conscience where I don't want to like offend children and shit like this. I actually think about this stuff and like with my shows, I'm like, if you brought your kid to the show, that's fucking up to you. Like I'm doing my show, but when I fly into any airport, Bill, everybody's smiling.
I'll bet.
They're doing this. They're having a good laugh. And I'm like,
yeah,
fuck, I feel like I'm doing the work of God at that point because I'm putting a smile on people's faces.
The only thing I have about it is that it is so indistinct. It's like, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but Molière once said, to honor all men is to honor none. And I feel like to give the finger to just anybody is to sort of dilute what the finger is for. It's like, who are you mad at
Shouldn't we do that with
specifically?
everything?
What?
Shouldn't we do that with everything?
I don't know. That's why I had the thing made of you as Chico there, because you're.
I see my hat on the dog.
I know, because you're
I
just.
asked your boy
you're
earlier, I'm like, is that my hat from Rolling Stone?
that's you. Because with the cigar, because you're Chico, barking at nothing in the driveway, just barking, not at anything, but
You
just.
might have a few people that disagree with that.
No, I feel like you've mellowed.
No, I barked.
Actually,
I barked pretty hard the last 8 years, and Donald
Yeah.
Trump's president.
so are we going to get after the gospel album? Are we going to get another Bob Seger album?
No, I have 25 songs now that I've got to put out. I've always had this idea, and I guess I'll let it out of the box now.
25. That's like a double.
So I've always wanted to do a triple album called Kid MF Rock. Like, picture a piece of vinyl opening up, right? Kid motherfucking Rock. The Kid's a collection of more country Americana songs. The motherfucking is like my hardcore hip hop shit, and the rock is like these rock tunes.
And all new.
And just the last few years, you know, I put these together. I just love to go to the studio and write and record, and I dare say I've gotten better over it.
The last person who I can think of who put out a triple album was George Harrison.
He put out a triple album?
Yes, when the Beatles broke up, he
I
felt.
love George Harrison.
What?
I love George Harrison.
Well,
Love his son, Danny.
Well, apparently you don't really love him that much, since you don't even know about
I didn't
his
say I knew all his music.
his most famous album.
Didn't he write Here Comes the Sun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Why don't you start there?
That was with the Beatles. That's on Abbey Road. But he felt when he was with
My Guitar Gently Weeps?
Yes, that's on.
That Prince absolutely fucking
Yes,
killed.
he did.
I was there
I
sitting in
remember.
the front.
Yeah, that was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, you know, Prince had never heard of that song. They sent it to him, and they said, George Harrison's being inducted. Would you do that? And, you know, it wasn't like he had always lived with that song. He heard it, and he obviously responded to it. He did that amazing solo.
Incredible.
I do remember that.
Incredible. And I remember sitting there, and I'm all fucked up, and somebody leans over to me,
But when
and
George
they said Prince is having an after party. Prince sitting right here next to me, like where you are, basically. And I'm
Right.
sitting at this table, like, Prince is having an after party, and he wants to know if you want to come over and maybe play or something like this. I'm like, well, the motherfucker's sitting right there. Tell him to lean over and ask me.
Well, that's
I didn't get invited.
really, but that's him. I certainly didn't know him well, but I do remember being around him a few times. Prince was a man of very few words. I also knew some women who may have known him.
I knew a couple of them women too.
Yeah.
We might know
I
the
think
same
we all
women's.
know some women who knew Prince. But he was a man of few words, often none. He just, so normally I would have the same reaction you had. Like,
But I told you, I was just fucked up and young and like
Right.
height of my shit, like being a little cocky, you know, piece of shit, like, you know, like, eh, motherfucker's right there. Tell him to lean over and ask me. They're like, yeah, he's not inviting you. I'm like,
no, I remember.
damn, I kind of wanted to go.
No, I remember when you were like that. I do feel you have mellowed a little.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that what you do in life?
of course. That's why I'm saying, like, who the kind of music you do at 14 is not going to be the kind of music you do at 34. Acts that are successful, at least have a career, learn to grow with their audience. You know, you're not, because your audience is also not the audience it was when you first were on the scene, because they were probably interested in teenage things. And then they become adults, and they're not. If you're still
I think
doing,
a lot of musicians fuck up is they got this thing from all their people around them, whatever the case may be, is they're like, how do we get the younger generation into this? I'm like, fuck the younger generation. I'm
can't.
just going to roll with mine
right,
into the sunset.
right, and you will pick up some of the younger generation, but it's
They're all
impossible.
welcome, but
Yes, they're all welcome, and some will get it, but you can't pander to them, because the thing they hate the most, that generation, they don't know anything like what we used to learn at school. Their mind is blank, but they're very savvy about media. So what they really hate is when they know you're like purposely marketing to them. That's a big turnoff.
when I do, I just purposely market to them. Not literally. They tell me these are why the algorithms and shit don't fucking. I'm like, yeah, ask somebody who gives a fuck. Like, I have 0 fucks left in my pocket. My fuck tank's on E. Like,
does your kid help you, like, with stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet he does.
As a matter of fact, I'm trying to figure a way to give him some of his money, and I'm like, because he's running like social media for Kraken.
Oh.
He's in that crypto or whatever that world is.
Okay.
This, that, and the other, and kicking ass at it, and like loves his job. I mean, I'm like, it clearly skips a generation. Like, just a great family man, great everything. Like, my best accomplishment in my life is my son, hands down. Oh, that's hands great. Down. And my granddaughter, her and my grandson are a close second. I mean, but they might even overtake him. We'll see. But yeah, he's an absolute genius at that stuff. Like, I actually hit him this morning about this post of something political. I'm like, should I fuck with people and just put this out? And my son hits me back poignantly. He's like, well, that's how you get more views. He's like, he said something to the tune of, if you just try to promote something, the algorithms don't let it go out as much. But if you put it into a thing where you repost something, and then you make a comment on it while you're promoting such said thing, like, that works. And I'm like, I don't fucking understand any of that shit.
No, I don't either.
Like,
but your son sounds like he'd be perfect for the Elon Musk Geek Squad.
He would.
I hear there's an agency where some people still have jobs, so somebody's got to get in there.
Problem is Elon can't afford him. He's my son.
But he's not a Nepo baby because he's not in show business. He's making his own way.
No, I told him years ago, and he's talented as shit. That motherfucker can sing like The Weeknd, like Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah, but just didn't have that fucking, like, I don't know what it was in me that, like, there was no quit. Like, I was going to die on that mountain. There was no fucking fallback. Like, don't you want to get an education so you can, I'm like, nope. I'm like, I'm 1,000% in, and I'm going to work my dick off.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Which gave me tremendous anxiety when I was 22, 23, 24, my first years out of college, first starting out in stand-up, because you're nowhere, and you've got nothing, and no one is saying...
And they're like, you're going to stick with this?
I remember once at the Christmas party, I overheard my aunt say, did you hear? Billy's trying to be a comedian.
Oh, I remember being at a Christmas party and someone trying to explain to my grandfather that I was a rapper. And he's like, oh, like Vanilla Ice?
Oh, well, he knew that. A lot of grandfathers wouldn't know who Vanilla Ice is.
There was no avoiding him at that point.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, Vanilla Ice was very successful, was he not?
He was. We're actually, I would consider ourselves friends now. But back then, when you're trying to get, when I'm like, fuck this and fuck that and suck my dick and fucking blah, blah, blah. And he's like, don't go boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, and they're like, so you say you're a white rapper. It's like, you know, people didn't know enough to go like, if they went like, oh, like the Beastie Boys, you'd be like, yeah, like the Beastie Boys. They're going like, oh, like Vanilla Ice. You're like, no.
Right. That's right. They were the big, yeah, they were huge.
Yeah, they were fucking Led Zeppelin in my day and age.
Yeah, I remember when it was controversial, just the thought of a white rapper. Like that was a thing.
I think I was at the show when I was at all these early hip hop shows. Just used to get the shit beat out of me. I went every time.
Shit beat out of you for what? Just for being a white guy at a rap show?
Pretty much.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Jamatron Street Festival, the Fresh Festivals.
And do you think that...
People snatched it, they have some fake gold chain on. Check that chain. But I looked like an idiot, too. Like, you know, this little white kid. I'm like, I guess I better get a do-rag and wear it. This is cool in hip-hop, and I can spin on my head. Like...
Did that embitter you, do you think, toward black people?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Right.
Not at all. I mean, fuck, I used to go to Public Enemy shows, you know, when they're first coming up. And it was like this pro-militant black shit. And I'd be like, yeah. Because I love the music. It's
right,
like
there you go.
Just what you said earlier.
Cold beer.
It all comes together, right.
Yeah.
Like, I might not agree with the fucking message or might not understand the message. Me and Chuck D are still friends to this day.
Absolutely. And look, when we take over Greenland, you and I, We're going to go to Greenland. We're going to bring a couple of guitars, and we're going to write a triple album. That's just my guess.
I'm down.
So
It won't be long.
let me ask you about that. We mentioned this before.
And we should get Canada first.
Greenland, Canada, Gaza, Panama. This new thing where we're like an empire again, where like we're just taking over places. You're cool and down with that?
We're not taking over places.
Well, he said,
we're helping. We're
his
helping
exact
places
word-
out.
He said his exact words, "I will own Gaza."
No, he said I will.
Yeah, he did. But he says a lot of things. I'll give. Okay.
But I mean, are we going to put some
No, no,
context? Are we
you
going
know,
to put some context to that or not?
On the show last week, that's exactly what I did.
Okay, do you like people who talk real and like, do you want a filtered president who sits there and reads everything off a teleprompter, or do you want this guy once in a while?
Yeah, I get.
Says things this, that, and the
I
other.
mean,
like,
there's a happy medium.
you understand what he means.
There's a happy medium between, you're right, being so pre-practiced that everything is off a teleprompter, and also being a living brain fart, that everything that comes out of you...
He's not a living brain fart.
Well, I mean, oh my God, I've been at lunch with 8 women.
This guy's clearly smart enough to be president of the United States fucking twice.
You're right.
Who's the brain fart?
Well,
it's the liberals have farted fucking for years on their own brains over and over again. And you know the definition of insanity. We don't need to explain it. This, that, and the other. And they won't get off it. It's like, so you might as well start practicing right now, President J.D. Vance.
You know what? That would be, in my view, the best outcome, because, well, maybe not the best, depends on who the Democrats run, but because the other outcome is Trump does run for a 3rd term. Because they've already, I've seen this before.
Not going to happen.
Bob, I've seen this before.
No, you said it the first time. I watch the show religiously. Even sometimes I don't agree. I watch a lot of different things. But I really enjoy your show.
Good, I'm
glad.
And
not just fucking, you know.
I'm glad.
So you're blowing. But I'm like, he's going to try and contest the election. Well, of course he did, because of the COVID bullshit and all the shit that was going on. And now you're going to go down this rabbit hole again, saying like he's going to run for a 3rd term. He's not fucking Putin.
I mean, I've heard COVID mentioned in relation to the election. I've never heard this, like, it seems to be coalescing into this theory where, like, oh, COVID, election rigged.
Fucked everything up. People
obviously,
lost their fucking businesses.
Yeah.
They lost it in liberal cities like LA and Chicago and shit. Nashville,
what does that have to do
cranking.
with the rigged election that you lost your
I'm
business?
just saying it was fucking very confusing. The way to fucking get people to think a certain way is confuse the fuck out of them.
Darling, I suffer.
Stop with the darling.
I got more shit than anybody for speaking out, again, as the liberal against the liberal point of view.
I got a lot of shit.
But you're not a liberal. So I took it from that side about my stance on COVID, which was much closer to your stance. I'm guessing. I did think they overreacted hugely. And I want the right to say what vaccine I want to get without being forced to get one. And I will always be resentful that they made me get one, so that and if I didn't, I would not be able to continue my life. I wouldn't have been allowed near my studio or to go on the road. I was in Nashville during that period to do a show.
I got the vaccine because my dad had cancer at the time. And I wanted to see my dad during, you know, this everything. I'm like, you know, the shit I put in my body? I'm like, fucking hit me.
Well, well, you know, I hope your dad's okay.
He passed on, but thank you.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
Hope he's better than that.
I'll tell you what a fucking guy Trump is and what a friend he is. During my dad was in hospice, he called me all the time to check, how's your father? Just out of the blue. This guy called me 4 times during the inauguration just to talk. Maybe because I don't drill him with policy all the time, this and the other. Just we've developed this friendship of like, fuck this, fuck that. Like, how's it going? Like, I mean, I can't tell you what a tremendous fucking friend this man has been. Not him, but his whole family. Like, people like, I just can't tell you enough, Bill. Like,
it's not the first time I've heard stories about the humanity of Donald Trump. I know to a lot of people,
doesn't want to start any wars.
They're going to hear that and they're going to be like, oh my God. But yes, I've never heard actually anything different than when you meet him personally, he's a different guy.
Bill, after I did your show the first time years ago, you don't remember we've talked. Let me just interject 1 second. Like politically incorrect.
Yeah.
I was not a big star yet. I was on my ascension.
Mm-hmm.
Someone talked your people into you. You didn't know me, and I went on that show, and I never forgot it. And we talked about this last time. We went and had dinner, met Bill Clinton.
Yep.
With Gregory Peck and these people that said,
Gregory Peck.
I forgot. And then I started watching years later with your new show now, and I'm like, I hate this motherfucker. Honestly, God, I'm like, this little ugly motherfucker, fucking beady-eyed, fucking goddamn Jew, and then I find out you're Catholic. I'm like, God damn, I don't even know what I'm talking about. And I kept watching because it was like one of those train wrecks you can't turn off. And I'm like, sitting there this and the other, and I'm like, man, you know what? This motherfucker's kind of like me in a lot of ways. Like, he's real. I might not agree with him.
Right.
Don't agree with him, but he's fucking real. And I'm like, and now look at us sitting here.
I know.
Talking like, would you consider me a friend at this point?
Absolutely.
I would consider you one too.
Absolutely.
And I know this.
Only
and imagine if this can happen between you and President Trump. Right? When you want to set a precedent for people coming together, bringing this country together. If you guys sit down and be like, like you did this, and just have a conversation.
But Bob, it is a little different because we're friends who don't have that kind of power. He has a lot of power about how things actually are done in this country. So
you might be able to influence that by being a friend of his.
I would love that.
You don't have to go suck his dick.
I won't.
No, I know you won't. But I guarantee, and by the way, but you guys doing that could set a huge precedent for the world.
Bring me to the White House with you.
I'll ask him.
I'll fly to Nashville. We'll go out the night before.
You'll get on Airfuck One. That's my jet.
I'll fly to Nashville. We'll go out the night before and do something completely unpresidential. And then we'll fly to Washington the next day, and you'll bring me to meet President Trump. And then I'll be in Guantanamo Bay. Right? We got him. Well, he's here.
President Trump doesn't care if people disagree this, that, and the other. Everybody wants to be loved.
I wouldn't go that far, Bob.
No. I remind him all the time. I'm like, Mr. Trump. I'm like, President Trump. Don, don't forget. Don't forget. And Bill, you can attest to this, like a little bit like that E. Jean Carroll thing. Like, I mean, you don't think that's fucking like, okay, a civil case over something, fucking $200 million, and people are like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey, I said on my show, first of all, no one knows what happens in these situations. I understand that a jury found him guilty of.
In New York City.
I understand. Let me finish. I understand that. Even for him, it sounds weird to me. I also knew her. She used to do, E. Jean Carroll used to do Politically Incorrect. I found her to be very sane, nice, rational. She doesn't seem like the kind of person who would just make something that up. But I also think even for him, who has been piggish with women, there's no doubt about that.
So have you.
But to wait. Yeah, I have not.
Sure you have.
Not really, but okay. I've been sexist. I have said sexist things.
Well, now we're at sexist. Let me keep drilling you a little bit. We'll get there.
Okay. I've said sexist things. But everybody was sexist 30 years ago. Anyway, even for him, it's just sounds too weird to me. I mean, like, this guy has women all over the place. Why would he, like, assault someone in a dressing room? So we don't know. That's the thing. You don't know. I don't know. None of you people watching who are like, oh, I can't believe it. You don't know either.
Bill,
Nobody fucking knows.
How do you think?
But I did make the point, excuse me. I did make the point that Bill Clinton was credibly accused of very much the same thing by more than one woman. I think two. And we need a Broderick and the other one.
I don't care if presidents are getting pussy.
Well, getting pussy.
I want them to run the country.
I don't either. But sexual assault is different. What he is accused of, getting pussy, Bob, I think we need to agree, and I think you do agree already, is different than what they're doing, than forcing yourself. You didn't force yourself on anybody in your life, I'm hoping. And I didn't either. This is forcing yourself on somebody. He That's what he's accused of. Clinton,
20 fucking years before the fact in a civil
okay,
court
I'm saying,
in
Bill,
New York City. How do you think you do in
I'm just
Alabama
saying-
in that jury trial, Bill?
I'm just saying Bill Clinton was credibly accused of the same thing. And the liberals kind of just whistled past that graveyard. You know, that's what I hate about America right now, the team thing. Like, if it's our guy, we don't
Totally.
see it.
I hate it too.
And I hate that, like, Kamala Harris's husband was credibly accused by the same kind of Me Too standards that we had heard since 2017 in dozens of other cases, by a woman who said he did this. It sounded like it absolutely could have happened. It wasn't like the worst thing ever that happened, but it was certainly wrong. And, you know, another woman that she talked to at the time, that was always a big thing in the Me Too stories. Well, she talked to somebody else and they corroborate the story and it was contemporaneous and okay, all that. And yet they acted like that never happened. Like they did it on Saturday Night Live, you know, Kamala's husband, and he was just dorky Doug. No, and like, I fucking hate that. Don't do that to me. Don't like ignore it or try to get me to not see it because it's your team. So you can tell him I said that and maybe you'll get the invitation.
Well, the
But
bottom line, let's say
I'm not angling.
some of this stuff and all of it's true, like whatever. Let's just go with that angle. Like, did Trump bang a porn star, Stormy Daniels?
Well, that did happen.
Well,
I think. My opinion, just
a lot
an
better
opinion.
than banging your fat intern.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think that one did happen. I feel
I mean,
like,
if we had to vote on that alone, I'd be like, oh yeah, Trump.
yeah. I mean, look, you can't say it's admirable that a guy was doing it while his wife was home nursing their infant. But, you know,
Lord knows that's the first guy to do that.
Okay, but that doesn't make it right.
None of this shit's right.
Yeah, but that's kind of a broad brush to
No,
paint.
but what I'm talking about is like, who do we want fucking running the country?
Well,
Like, I think we can't get good leaders, and this is serious. I think we can't get good leaders because everyone's going to dig through your fucking past and they're going
Right.
to find some shit. None of
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
fuck it, I stand before God as my witness. I'm a sinner. No question. At what level? Not that fucking bad.
right.
But
You're not a rapist.
fuck no. But I mean, like, this is why we can't get good leaders. You know, people that run fucking companies and know
That's
what they're
true.
fucking doing.
No, that's true.
People are in the fucking streets and know what they're fucking
No,
doing.
I don't know why anybody would want to be.
Right. No one wants to be subject to that. And I'm like, wait, we're trying to run the business of America. This is what first got me into Trump. I didn't know him at all. And I said it in Rolling Stone. I'm like, I don't fucking let the business guy run it. America's a business and the business of America is fucked. Last I checked, I'm like, let him do it.
Well, a government is not just a business. There is a huge difference between business and government. In fact, they're often
What's different?
pitted. Government's job one of government's jobs is to make sure business isn't corrupt.
That's not the forefront of having a business?
To not be corrupt? No, businesses try to be corrupt so they can make more money.
So if you go in there and tell people, hey, we're going to stop the fucking corruption and we're going to do it at every fucking level, you might get some of it wrong. But we're going to go fucking do this? Who's done this? In our lifetime, who's done this?
But business is for profit. Government is not a for.
Yes, it is. It's to make America fucking profitable. Stop giving all our fucking hard-earned tax dollars away to everyone.
Well, that I agree with. We waste too much money. We would agree on that. But government's first primary function, the reason why governments first in this world became an entity is because people need protection. That's why government.
Thank you.
Yes, police, domestically, armies for foreign invaders. That is government's first function. Well, we spend $1 trillion on defense, so it's not like we're
going to go through the fucking military next. We're going to go through the Pentagon. Pete Hegseth is running it. He's my fucking neighbor in Nashville. I've known him for years, work out.
You know Pete Hegseth?
Fucking very well.
Really?
We used to work out every fucking morning at my house.
Give him this. Just tell him to put it with the others.
See, you can't fuck with a comedian.
No, but I mean, Pete did have a drinking problem for a while. Am I right? I mean, you must have seen him in the hedges at some
Never
point.
saw him have a drinking problem.
Well,
No.
how well do you know him?
I first met him at Rob O'Neill's wedding
Okay, I don't know.
years. The guy that shot Bin Laden.
The guy who shot Bin Laden?
Yeah, Rob
You know
O'Neill.
who that is?
He's a very good friend of mine.
So he was a
He gave me the sledgehammer that went through Bin Laden's fucking bedroom.
Really?
I gave him the lyrics for Born Free.
Wait, you have the sledgehammer that they broke into Bin Laden's bedroom with?
Yes.
Well, I hope you have it in the safe. That's a pretty valuable.
I'm actually going to
artifact.
probably put it somewhere eventually. I've been a little selfish with it.
What about the
I'm going to put it in a museum or maybe my new
Museum of
restaurant.
Rednecks?
Huh? I might put it in my new restaurant.
Oh, you're opening a restaurant?
We're rebranding a restaurant in Nashville that was an old Detroit establishment called Joe Muir's as the Detroit Cowboy.
And what's it going to be called? This?
Detroit Cowboy.
Of the Detroit
But I feel like I've been selfish with some of these things that I have. And I don't know if a museum's the right spot or whatever. Like, but
that should be on display.
it should.
I mean, it's
Absolutely.
it's better than
I'm like, you gave me we played the bigger dick game. Like, we're walking through my house after having a few drinks. I'm like, if I write a poignant song, even the start of it or whatever, I'll frame those lyrics. I've done this since probably since Cowboy, I did it. And because I know they might bring money one day for charity, for something,
right.
whatever, whether it's my granddaughter or for charity. And we're walking through my house years ago, and when I'm in my house in Michigan, and I'm like, you know what, dude, you should have these. Gave them to him. He's like, I'm giving you something. I'm giving you a sledgehammer. I went to Bin Laden's house with. I'm like, you're going to give me a piece of American history for that shitty song? I'm like, I go, you want to play the bigger dick game? Come with me. We went out to my car barn, and I collect cars, Detroit. I walked out there, I'm like, pick out any fucking car you want.
That's baller.
And I mean, I got some pretty high dollar shit in there. One of the first V16s from 1930, Cabriolet fucking Cadillac.
Wow.
Probably 800 grand or something. Ford GT sitting there. He's like, I got this fucking shitty ass limo from the 1970s that the Ryan from West Coast Customs did an incredible job on. Like, made it into some American badass shit. It's got logos on it. And it's triple black. It's got TVs and smoke suckers in the back. And Rob's like, I want that limo. I'm like, don't take that fucking limo. Grab something else. It's like, no, I couldn't talk him out of it. And it's still sitting in my garage to this day. It's his limo.
But he's going to take it?
Well, I don't know. Yet to be determined.
Wow. Elvis used to give away Cadillacs, of course.
I've given away a few cars, but I'm no Elvis. Although Trump calls me Elvis all the time.
He does? Trump calls you Elvis.
Better than Elvis. And I'm like, he's just pumping me up.
Wow. He loves your dirty draws. Well, I mean, he is emotionally bribable. You got to admit that. If someone's
He's what?
emotionally bribable, if someone likes him or says they like him, whether it's you or Putin or Satan himself.
Fuck the art of the deal. The art of making people feel good, I think, is more important in life. You know, it makes me feel good when he says that. I know it's...
Exactly.
I know there's a level of bullshitness in
Right.
there. I'm not fucking better than Elvis. I'd never believe that in a million years. But you know what I mean? That my friend says that to me.
I agree.
To make me feel good when I'm recently,
it.
you know, broke up after a long relationship. This in there, I'm like, that's a fucking friend.
Right. No, and I understand exactly what you're saying about sometimes you know when someone is shining you and you still don't care.
It makes you feel good.
Right. It's like, at least you love me enough to lie. To lie and to
You know,
fucking...
Bill, we prefer to call it, in Detroit where I grew up, bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
But
But
you know what? Good bullshit is good
Hey.
bullshit. Bad bullshit is fucking horrible.
I mean, the 2 times I met him before he was president, a long time ago, he was exactly what other people also say about him when they meet him. Charming.
Name me one president that wasn't charming.
Oh, Nixon? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm
Jimmy?
not that old, Bill. I'm from Jimmy Carter on.
Okay, well, you know, I don't know.
You have to be charming at some level to be anybody in life. You're
Yeah,
fucking...
we don't-
would you consider yourself charming?
Totally. like super charming.
Mic drop. Bam.
Like, are you kidding?
Have a nice night, kids. Podcast's over.
Look up charm in the dictionary and then my picture. No, I mean, look, if you, I'm the kind of.
What are you, fucking Charlie Sheen?
I'm the kind of charming, like, if you like it, you like it big time. And if you don't, then it's obnoxious.
Yeah, I got this. I'm basically Hollywood's kryptonite when you break it down. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with Tom Hanks. I want to hang out with Forrest Gump. You know what I mean?
What?
And
What?
but you know, like, you know, when I went on your show tonight, the Real Time, I'm like, well, like that takes, you know, what you do. I'll give you some props. Not sucking your dick. I'm tickling your balls a little bit. I'm like, it takes a certain, you know, thing to be able to go and read those lines and do them and interject and this, that, and the other. It's a real skill.
I'm not reading lines except at
Yeah,
the
there's
end.
a teleprompter right in front of you reading lines.
Okay, well,
I'm talking to you know, the shit, this and there, like, nothing
Monologue.
wrong with it. I'm saying it still takes, like,
but I'm not, the model, the only thing I'm reading is the very end of the show, the editorial, which a lot of it I wrote myself. So I don't.
another accolade. I'll fucking bow down to you for that.
Okay, but the
Because you're in a
monologue.
position where you could have a shit ton of writers writing that
I do, and I could not be who or where I am without them. They're brilliant. But that last piece I do, which is much more personal and about one subject, and it goes on for 8 or 9 minutes, that's my baby. They write the monologue
New
jokes.
rules at the end of New Rules.
They write that too. I rewrite everything.
But then you write the last bit.
That's what I'm saying. That's my baby.
Very good.
Thank you. That's what they write the monologue. I just write bullet points there on the prompter to remember which joke I'm doing. But
That's kind of like what I'm doing with the songs I explained.
do you use a prompter when you're on stage for the song?
No.
You don't? You're one of the
No, the only
last.
times I've used a prompter is like when I have certain guests, like huge stadium shows where I have a ton of featured guests, you know, like big name singers.
I do so.
And like we're gonna do those, I'll put them on there for them. Like I can make a word rhyme with anything. Like so, even if I fuck it up, I can fucking.
Right, you're a rapper. Right.
Exactly.
It's amazing. Because I remember seeing Frank Sinatra. I took my mother to see him 3 years before he died, and shortly before my mother died, and it was the '90s at Radio City Music Hall, and he had 7 large screen prompters.
How old was he?
He was old
Well,
because
there you go.
he still songs that he hadn't been singing his whole life, he's still fucked up. Like he sang Mac the Knife, which is a standard, but
Mac the Knife was written by Bobby Darin.
Bobby Darin had the hit on it.
Bobby Darin
was
got
certainly
some
not
shit.
Right. It was Bertolt
One of my
Brecht.
favorite artists ever.
Bobby Darin?
Bobby Darin. Listen to songs from the Big Sur. You want to hear some rock and roll? After Mac
The
the
only
Knife,
one I know is Beyond the Sea. No?
Bobby Darin. Ahmed Erdogan used to compare me to Bobby Darin. He's like, "You're my young
What?
Elvis or Bobby Darin." Yes.
Really?
Oh, I used to roll Bodrum Turkey with him, like fucking ever. I'm the last chapters. Have you read The Last Sultan?
No. Is that about Ahmed Erdogan?
Yes. It's basically the
I
story
know
of music.
enough-
I'm the last chapter, ball with the ball in Bodrum Turkey.
No, I know he was a badass dude.
But I never knew why he used to compare me to Bobby Darin. And then I got a hold of this album, Songs from the Big Sur. Bobby Darin, fucking genius.
What kind of songs?
Oh, like he's like, where I born, we ain't got no river flowing through my backyard. Bobby Darin's like doing rock and roll, fucking blues, soul music. I mean, it sounds like it was produced in Muscle Shoals, Alabama or something. This album is fucking incredible. Just download it. Well, everyone's going to download it now that's watching this. It's fucking insane.
I never would have thought that about Bobby Darin.
Neither, but he even says in one of his songs, you know, he has Splish Splash, I was taking batteries like, and the cash from the splash had me feeling like a one-record flash. So he went off and did his own thing, you know, it was never big, this, that, and the other. But he does one of the first rap songs you've ever heard. Me and Mr. Horner sitting on the corner, not doing nothing to no one. When a squad car stops and out junk cops, you're one of them if I ever saw one. What line does he say in that song? He says, you're a draft card dodger if I saw one.
Wow.
I can tell by your looks that you read too many books about wars, and that's because you ain't been in one. And he's rapping this shit like
Bobby
whatever it was,
Darin?
60, late 60s. Yes.
Early 60s.
Late 60s, I think. I
Well,
can't remember.
I mean, he
But
was
me
not.
and Mr. Horn right there.
He was not. He was either dead. Didn't he die young?
He died young at like
Okay, well,
36, 35,
Okay,
36.
so he was either dead or not relevant.
I might have my dates wrong, but I'm fucking wrong overall, I'll tell you that.
But this is when I started to listen to music in '68 when I was 12. Okay, Bobby Darin was either dead or not relevant. He might have been. They might have played like, hey, let's do some golden oldies, and then that's when you heard "By the Sea." But Bobby
Darin
I mean,
was the shit.
I mean, next thing you're gonna tell me Jay and the Americans weren't cool.
What?
See, I know this whole era that you don't have any clue. You're Gen X. You're Gen X. All right, you're playing with your phone.
I'm trying to find me and Mr. Horner.
I could talk to you all night. You know, you're an interesting man.
I got to piss.
But I got to piss too, so we should probably wrap
Well, let's go swing swords and
not
everybody
gonna-
have fun.
All right, the tour. Let's promote the tour. The 3 tours. There's the arena tour.
It's not. I'm doing 7 arena shows.
Okay.
Celebrating.
Like what cities are we talking about?
I don't know, like Oklahoma, Kansas City, Milwaukee, Target Center, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Can't remember which other ones. And I own a piece of these Rock the Country festivals, which we started a festival, Bill. You know what my thing was when they approached me and offered me a percentage of it? I was like, hey, let's do a festival of music for hardworking people who love this country. Can you believe no one's done that?
Well,
We were profitable our first year. And then the Rock and Rodeo, and I do a comedy, American Badass Comedy Jam in Nashville during Comedy Week, which all goes to charity.
Well, it's not like other concerts aren't actively against hardworking people who love their country. It
Depends how you
doesn't
look
say
at
on the
it.
poster, don't come unless you're a pinko commie.
Well, I tell people all the time, don't come to our festival. Like, if you think men should be in women's sports
Well,
and
that's what I
fucking this
said.
and that, I'm like, don't come. You're not going to have a good time.
I would love to see you. I said this to you on the show tonight, and I was serious. People may think I was joking. I would love to see you because I do love the music, but I'm not going to a Trump rally. And I've seen you with the flag and the thing and the Trump, and they'll fucking kill me. And I won't feel
Why not? I watch your show every week.
I know, but that's different than being in the crowd.
You're sitting there motherfucking Trump every week. And then I'm like, well,
All right.
okay, he does that.
Well,
but he makes some poignant
after you-
points. I can get through that.
Maybe after you bring me to the White House, the audience will accept me being in the crowd. But I'm not becoming a Trumper. I'm telling you this right now. That's okay.
Why would you set that? Why would
Because-
you put that boundary on
Okay,
yourself?
I will become a Trumper if he admits he lost the 2020 election. I'm sorry, I can't give
Why
him on
does it
that.
have to be stipulations?
Because that's important. Because that's the key to the country is the peaceful transference of power.
It
is
happened.
non-negotiable,
The
Bob.
peaceful transfer of power happened.
Okay,
He gave Joe Biden the keys. He did.
he did.
Even though he
did-
contested it, he gave him the keys.
He did. Because the
Did he not?
Molinari family on the West Coast guaranteed his safety. You want to talk business? Let's talk business.
Let's do it.